Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. This is how the lunar eclipse in Pisces is impacting you specifically. What's done in the dark always comes to light. Your intuition is always right, but will you actually follow it over the next 6 months? I promise I'll explain more of this in the video. All right, babe, fix your attention span for just 1 second. Go grab some notes. I need you to understand what this eclipse is actually doing. On the night of August 27th, going into August 28th, we have a lunar eclipse in Pisces. Now this is an out of sign eclipse, meaning the nodes have already left Virgo and Pisces, which is why I see this less as the beginning of some giant new story and more of like an aftershock of a story that's already clearing out. This eclipse is clearing out the spiritual, emotional, and unconscious behaviors that you just can't take with you into this next chapter. And honestly, sometimes you just need to off and let the universe do its thing, because it has a better plan for you than the one you're obsessively trying to manifest right now. And I get it, change is scary. When you don't know what's on the other side of a plan, your brain immediately starts filling in the blanks with everything that could go wrong. But uncertainty does not mean danger. Take a moment, settle the nervous system. You are safe to walk through this threshold. It's just change. Now, this eclipse may actually bring something from the past back around. Think back to March 2026. What happened? What decision did you make? What did you ignore? What did you learn the hard way? What didn't work out? Something connected to that storyline resurfaces now. Could be a person, an opportunity, a conversation, a dream. And I'll get into the specifics of what that is for you in your sign by sign horoscopes. Point is, you weren't ready then. You needed to learn some lessons first. And now life is handing you the opportunity to try again, but this time with better judgment, with stronger boundaries. And now you have this wisdom that you only have because you lived through the consequences the first time. And you'll know when it's your second chance. You'll know when it's happening. It's like something unexpectedly falls into your lap. And there's this weird feeling of, oh, this is my comeback. But listen, know the difference between a second chance and a second test. A second chance gives you the opportunity to do something differently. Whether something is a second chance or a second test depends entirely on you, and if you're still willing to abandon yourself to get everything you want. A second chance requires a different version of you. You have to be different this time around for it to work. Otherwise, it's not a second chance. It's a rerun of the same. And that's why I wouldn't spend this energy trying to manifest or control exactly what happens next. Eclipses are unpredictable and they are a fated time. Plans change. Weird conversations happen. Opportunities appear unexpectedly. Something can suddenly leave and something new can suddenly take its place. This is more of a receive and respond type of eclipse. Let life reveal the information first. You also may feel incredibly spiritually tapped into this eclipse. Dreams can become louder. Your intuition becomes stronger. You could feel more tired and fatigued if you're sensitive to the energy. You could feel restless, emotional, anxious, and that's because you can sense that something is changing and you're waiting to actually see the change with your own eyes. Again, breathe and settle the nervous system through that anxiety. You're going to be okay. It's just a threshold. You're safe to walk through it. It's just change. So let yourself release what needs to leave. Let yourself receive what unexpectedly returns. And most importantly, don't be afraid of empty space, of that in-between period. That period is not actually empty. You're not actually lost. This period is full of potential. All right, let's get into your sign by sign horoscopes. As always, watch for the rising sign first and foremost, and then you could watch for your sun and moon sign for more intuitive messages. Cancer, sun, moon, or rising. You need to stop mentally wrestling with something. Think back to March 2026. Something involving your beliefs, education, teaching, coaching, mentoring, spirituality, travel, or just the overall direction you were going in life taught you a difficult lesson. Maybe that lesson was about ignoring your intuition, putting too much faith into something, making a decision that you later questioned. Maybe you lost faith in yourself. Maybe you kept trying to make a a path work when life was redirecting you. Maybe you had to focus on sobriety and your health. Whatever it is, you've already suffered the karma and the consequences of that choice. Now, something similar can circle back around. An old opportunity could reopen. Someone from your past may reappear. Something in this area can be refreshed. Have faith in yourself this time around. You are finally equipped to try something out again. Let's get a card on that. Ooh, you got 1919. This is about cycles. Let go of the need to control. You can't force everything. Embrace the lessons life offered to prevent from repeating the past. Confirmation AF. Even if we didn't get the outcome we wanted the first time around, I think you understand now what's needed to move forward. Your everyday life and routine may shake up a little bit too. Schedules could change, plans could move around, or maybe the way that you've been communicating, thinking, learning, marketing yourself, showing up on social media simply isn't working anymore, so we gotta change it up. Try new things. Be the great experimenter here. This is a disruption that forces you to take a new approach. And with that, you may need to learn some new skills, consume different information, change a limiting belief that you had. Basically, the skills and the mindset that got you this far may not be the ones that take you to where you're going. So let yourself have an update. Remember that Leo eclipse? We did a whole video about it. You can go watch that after this. But something involving your money, business, talents, confidence, income, resources, self-worth, that was just given a cosmic jumpstart. You could be building a different stream of income. You could get an unexpected opportunity when it comes to money. Maybe you discover a new talent, or you realize where do you want to invest your time, energy, and resources. You are going to have a completely different relationship with money that is developing over the next year. And you don't have all the information about it yet, and that's okay. Remember, the empty room is full of potential. Pay attention to those repeating thoughts you have in your brain, or those random moments where the answer seems to drop in your head and you're like, I know, I be knowing. I don't know how I know, but I know. Get quiet enough to hear what comes before the anxiety, before the mind starts racing with all of its logical thoughts, trying to counteract your intuition. You got the card, the Tower, and this card actually says solid foundations and successful efforts. This time around, when you build it, it sticks. But you need to trust yourself, and you need to have confidence in yourself, because I think that was your downfall in March 2026. Final card, you got the card 1331. It says good fortune. Trust your skills and talents. Love that confirmation. They are keys to a bright future. This card says a piece of valuable advice, a moment of clarity, or a comforting message is headed your way. Everything is aligned in your favor, and success is within reach. Go grab it, honey. Hi, my name is Nia. I've been a professional astrologer for the last 7 years. My intention with TikTok is to guide you through every single transit. So if that's something you're looking for, then make sure to follow me. And if you're ready to take your astrology knowledge to the next level, I'd love to teach you everything I know. I'm launching on the School app on September 8th. Join the waitlist if that's something you're interested in. Hopefully I'll see some of you there. Scorpio, sun, moon, or rising. Let's think back to March 2026, shall we? Something involving dating, romance, creativity, children, pleasure, having fun, going out. Something about what was making you happy during that time just taught you a difficult lesson. Maybe you were romanticizing someone's potential. Maybe you kept giving your connections chance after chance. Maybe you poured yourself into something that wasn't pouring back. Or maybe you tried so hard to make something work. You've already experienced the consequences of that choice. Now you need to be extra careful to not mistake a second chance for the same rerun of the same bullshit. Maybe something can be revived, but only if the circumstances, the behavior, and the choices you make, they need to be different this time. An old romance, a creative project, a passion that you have, or a dream could return, and this time it has genuine potential. And let me call you out, okay? You need to be extra careful when taking people back. If you feel in your body and in your gut that you are done with this cycle, like be done, and instead use this second chance and this potential for for yourself, for your creativity, for your passions, for what makes you happy. In Scorpio, I feel like a lot of you have vices that are fun, cutesy, whatever, but they are slowly like draining you of your life force, to put it in a TikTok friendly way. I think you need to learn how to have healthy fun. Scorpio, you've been having some unhealthy levels of fun. Maybe it's gambling, maybe it's addiction, maybe we're drinking too much, maybe we're smoking too much. Get that in check. Oh, I know my Scorpio rising cousin is gagging at that one. You also need to stop mentally wrestling with something that could become what you want. Okay, potential is not evidence. Look at what's actually being shown to you. Stop being a bird, get up. Sometimes a lesson isn't learning how to make something work. It's learning when something no longer deserves access to your heart, to your joy. Ooh, you got the card 888. Scorpio number. This card says personal power. Love that. Take your power back. This card says all that is good and abundant in your life is about to multiply. Angels are sending you this number to reassure that prosperity and well-being is on the way to you. Use your personal power for greater good. Love that. Now things are shaken up when it comes to your friendship circles, your social circles, your audience, social media, your collaborations, your long-term plans. This could all experience an unexpected shift. Someone could be leaving the circle. A friendship dynamic could change. A collaboration or projects you're working on could require different approaches and need to be flexible. And I think you're reconsidering what actually belongs in your future. You need different connections or a different strategy or a new community. Not everybody who made sense in the last chapter is getting recasted for this chapter. Remember that eclipse in Leo? Yeah, I have a whole video on that if you want to watch that after. But that eclipse lit something up when it came to your career, purpose, reputation, visibility, your long-term ambitions. All that just got a major jump start. And I still think this area of your life is meant to grow a lot over the next year. But don't rush that process, okay? You can be patient with that. The bag is coming. Scorpio, pay very close attention to your intuition when it tells you about other people's intentions. You may not immediately have evidence of what you're sensing, but you're right. Your nervous system is like raising an eyebrow here, and you don't need to talk yourself out of it. Your body knows, especially if something from the past returns. Trust yourself to recognize if it's good for you or not. Ooh, you got the card Fire. This is about strong emotions, passionate love or passionate hate. And I feel like somebody else is going back and forth about that when it comes to you, Scorpio. Might not be true for everybody, but true for some of you. All right, let's get a final message here. I feel called to the tarot. Get a final message for Scorpio. Okay. Scorpio, you got the card Knight of Cups. Now, it was both upright and reversed. Upright, some of you could be running into romantic proposals, new offers, new invitations. There's a lot of fun, fast-moving opportunities here. Now, in reverse, this is about unrequited love. This is about escapism, lies, delusion, poor sense of identity, and boundaries. And this eclipse will expose that. Hi, my name is Nia. I've been a professional astrologer for the last 7 years. My intention with TikTok is to guide you through every single transit. So if that's something you're looking for, then make sure to follow me. And if you're ready to take your astrology knowledge to the next level, I'd love to teach you everything I know. I'm launching on the School app on September 8th. Join the waitlist if that's something you're interested in. Hopefully I'll see some of you there. Pisces, sun, moon, or rising. This is your freaking eclipse. Let's think back to March 2026, shall we? Something happened around that time that maybe changed the way you see yourself. Maybe you made a decision you regret. Maybe you stayed somewhere for too long. Maybe you abandoned your own needs, ignored what your body was telling you, or you kept trying to be a version of yourself that made sense to everyone else except you. And you've already experienced the karma and the consequences of that decision. And now something can circle back around to see if you're actually going to ride for yourself this time. For Pisces, this really feels like a test. An old relationship could maybe return to test you. An old role that you know you've outgrown could try to get you back in. Maybe people are expecting you to respond and be the way you've always been. And I think this is a time to sort of reintroduce yourself. Let people know you've changed. You're different. I think you're getting another chance to choose yourself this time. This eclipse wants to kick off an entirely new identity cycle. And you don't need to completely understand this new identity or who you're becoming. You just have to admit where parts of yourself don't fit anymore. It reminds me of the quote, by Michelangelo, and he said that when he was carving the statue of David, all he did was carve away everything that was not David. That's what you need to do, Pisces. Start chipping away everything that is not you, and underneath that, it will reveal the new version of you. Ooh, you got the card 1414. This says light up. Focus on your needs, your desires, and your passion. Keep a lighthearted approach to your life. There could be new opportunities, a fresh friendship, or even an addition to your family on the horizon. Positive energy will accelerate the flow of blessings on the way. Cool. Now, relationships around you may be a catalyst, and they might force you to approach your life differently. Maybe someone new is entering your life, or maybe the existing relationships require different boundaries, or maybe someone in your life is like, hey, I want you to come work on this project with me, and it opens new doors. I'm sensing expanders coming in for Pisces. This isn't limited to romance. This could be business partnerships, friendships, clients, contracts, and of course romantic relationships too. Ooh, you got the card Fair Woman. Dealings or a relationship with a woman. Interesting. Could have blonde, gray, or white hair. Remember that eclipse in Leo? Yeah, I have a whole video up on that if you want to watch that after this video. But your routines, your work, your health, your habits, your daily responsibilities, all of that has entered a new chapter. You have a new normal, Pisces. Get used to it. And I'd be flexible, like leave room for your daily schedule to move and flex. Also, listen to what your intuition is telling you when it comes to your family, your living situation, and your emotional foundations. You may suddenly move or change something about your environment or address a family dynamic, or maybe you're doing some inner child healing. There's a lot of messages and intuitive downloads coming through here and through your memory. Maybe you're reconnecting with your family and your memories and your childhood in a new way. And maybe your intuition is just trying to tell you like this is where you belong and this is where you don't. Listen to that, Pisces. You also got the Crown. This says honor and respect will come to you. Some of you are like the matriarch of your family now. And you got to learn to wear that crown. Hi, my name is Nia. I've been a professional astrologer for the last 7 years. My intention with TikTok is to guide you through every single transit. So if that's something you're looking for, then make sure to follow me. And if you're ready to take your astrology knowledge to the next level, I'd love to teach you everything I know. I'm launching on the School app on September 8th. Join the waitlist if that's something you're interested in. Hopefully I'll see some of you there.